What is computer? A computer is an electronic device that processes information or data. It can save, retrieve, and process data. Writing documents, sending emails, playing games, etc. It's one of the most used machines today. It consists of two components, hardware and software. What is hardware? Hardware is any part of your computer that has a physical structure such as a keyboard or mouse. Computer hardwares. Power supply unit. The power supply unit in a computer converts power from the wall outlet to the type of power required by the computer. It sends power to the motherboard and other components via cables. Motherboard or mainboard. It's the main circuit board of the computer. All the hardware that will make up the computer communicate with this card. For example, connectors for the CPU, memory, hard drive, and optical drives, expansion cards to control video and audio, and connections to your computer's port, such as USB ports. Central Processing Unit or CPU, also called the processor, is located on the mainboard inside the computer case. It's sometimes referred to as the brain of the computer, and its task is to execute commands. When you press a key or click the mouse and launch an application, you send instructions to the CPU. RAM. Random access memory is your system's short-term memory. As you perform calculations, your computer temporarily saves data in RAM until needed. This short-term memory is lost when the computer is turned off, so don't forget to save your files. So where do we save it? Hard disk. It's where your hard drive software, documents, and other files are saved. Hard drive long-term storage, which means data is still saved even if you turn off or exit the computer. With the development of technology, disks are getting faster. HDD. It's called hard disk drive. As seen in the picture, the disk inside is rotated and the data is written to this disk. You can store very large files, but it runs slower than SSD. SSD. Solid state disk contains electronic circuit similar to RAM, unlike what is found in a hard disk, because it works with RAM logic. It is faster, durable, and expensive than HDD. GPU. The video card is responsible for what you see on the monitor. Most computers have a graphics processing unit built into the mainboard rather than a discrete graphics card. If you like to play graphics-intensive games, you can add a faster graphics card to one of the expansion slots for better performance. CD-ROM. It's an electronic recording device that is used to store information and data. It's used to write or open optically stored data. It's generally used to record on CDs and DVDs. In the early 2000s, we used to consume music and movies with CD or DVD players. Now, there are digital software such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, Spotify, and others. Mouse. The mouse is another essential tool for communicating with computers. Commonly known as a pointing device, it allows you to point, click, and move objects on the screen. USB. USB is a serial connection format that enables external hardware to connect with the computer. Its latest version is 3.1. The higher the version number, the higher the speed. Keyboard. The keyboard is external hardware that contains many keys and is used to command the computer. It's essential that the computer is included with the mouse among the input units. On the keyboard, there are many keys used for different purposes such as letters, numbers, and function keys. Web camera. Webcam is a type of input device that can record video and take photos. It can also transmit video over the internet in real time, allowing video chat or video conference with another person. Speaker. Loudspeakers and headphones are output devices, which means they send information from the computer to the user. In this case, they let you hear sound and music. Headphones. The same definition mentioned above applies to headphones, but the only difference is the design, as can be seen in the picture. Microphone. Microphone is a type of input device, or a device that receives information from the user. You can use a microphone to record sound or talk to someone over the internet. Many laptops have built-in microphones. Printers. The printer is used to print documents, photos, and anything else that appears on your screen. There are many types of printers, including inkjet, laser, and photo printers. There are even all-in-one printers, this kind of printers that can scan and copy documents. Computer case. It's a metal and plastic case containing the main components of the computer, including the main board, central processing unit, CPU, and power supply. The front of the case usually has a power button and one or more optical drives.
Computer software, or shortly software, is the set of instructions that tells the hardware units what to do. Or in other terms, it basically is accumulation of codes that fulfills your commands in a computer. Most broad examples for these codes, or softwares to be exact, are web browsers, games, and word processors. Since these are the things we come across literally every time we use a computer, there are many softwares developed for various reasons. Now, let's see what these software terms are, what do they mean, and what do they do, starting with BIOS. The most basic or fundamental software that is included in all computers is BIOS, meaning Basic Input-Output System. This introduces all hardware components to the operator right away when you turn the computer on. Or we can say that it determines the basic communications among the hardware as well. Antivirus softwares. These softwares are used to restrain, determine, and deactivate another or other software codes which can be considered as a threat to the user. These basic operation terms are actually expanded now. since antivirus softwares can protect the user from spams, scams, spywares, browser hijackers, online attacks targeting their identity, maybe bank accounts, etc. We also have operating systems. You guys may know them as Windows, iOS, or Linux. These are the most important parts of a computer software, since these rule the whole software and hardware, as well as the storage or memory and operators. It also allows you to communicate with the computer without actually knowing the language of the computer. It seriously wouldn't be wrong to say a computer would be nothing without an operating system, since it is the most important part of a computer software. There are many of these operating systems. Windows is one of the most known operating systems, and it is developed by Microsoft in the middle of 80s. There are many versions, most recent being the Windows 10, which came out in 2015. iOS is the series of operating systems developed by Apple. Some versions came out are Mojave, which came out in 2018, High Sierra in 2017, and Sierra in 2016. Last is Linux. It is an open-sourced operating system family, which means it can be changed or distributed by anyone from anywhere in the world. This characteristic makes it different from the others since they can only be changed by the owner company. Linux's other advantages are that it is free and you can choose among various versions. You can visit websites Linux Mint and Fedora to get more information about Linux operating systems. The term algorithm is used to explain the road that is laid out to solve a problem or to reach to an objective. So it is not only about softwares, computers, or technology. Even getting ready in the morning is a form of algorithm. And it is notable that the founder of algorithm is Khwarizmi, who is actually a Uzbekistani scientist. Lastly, we have command prompt. It is an application that can be used in many Windows operating systems, and it is used to interpret command lines. In other words, it is used to run the given commands. And with this application, you can solve specific problems and errors in Windows.
Cut. It is the process of moving an information or artifact to another place without duplicating the original. It can also be applied with the CTR plus X key combination. Copy. It is the function of reproducing an information or artificial object based on an instance of it. Paste. It is the process of sending an information or artificial object to the desired location in the computer. It can also be applied with the CTR plus VK combination. Save. It is to write data on the storage media on a computer. It can also be applied with the CTRL plus S key combination. Driver. It is a software program that enables a specific hardware device to work with the operating system of the computer. Folder. Digital directories that help keep us files organized and separate. Features are where detailed information about the content of an object is found. For example, showing the sound quality, size, and length of the music file. Settings allows the user to customize and configure the operating system or a program. Desktop. It acts as a surface for your work, like the top of a real table. It is where programs or folders are located. Input is data received by a computer. Output is data sent by a computer. Browser. Web browser is the general name of software that enables users to obtain and view information resources on the web. As you can see on the slide, you see the logos of the most popular software Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, and Opera. Applications. Simply put, an application is a type of software that allows you to perform certain tasks. Some popular desktop apps are shown on the slide. Spotify, for example, is an online media player. There is also a phone application. You can see Word, the word processing application developed by Microsoft. On the right, you see the Office application that can be used on desktop and phone, which includes all Microsoft Office products. Just below, you can see Microsoft Store developed by Microsoft for Windows 10, Photoshop developed by Adobe, which enables us to make all kinds of effects to pictures on the left, and Adobe Premiere application, which enables us to make video editing professionally on the left of it.
What is a virus? Dangerous softwares that perform commands without the permission of the user. There are a lot of virus types. Their only purpose is to harm. Virus for IDs. Malicious software. Can also be called malware in short. The names of the software created of the purposes such as stealing information and damaging the system. Exploit. The word meaning is exploitation. Software designed to exploit a bug or vulnerability in an application or operating system. Keylogger. Turkish can be translated tuş kaydedici. A type of spyware that can be used to monitor and log keys you hit on your keyboard and capture information typed. Keyloggers are sneaky because you don't know they are there, watching and recording everything you type. Adware. These programs automatically send ads to hosts. Common types of adware include pop-up ads on web pages and in-program ads that often accompany free software.
Worms. Worms don't need human help to infect. Once infected, they use computer networks without the help of the user to spread to other machines. Although most worms consume system resources and therefore reduce performance, most are now designed to steal or delete files. Trojans. Trojans are malicious programs that perform actions that are not authorized by the user. They delete, block, modify, or copy data. They disturb the performance of computers or computer networks. Unlike other computer viruses and worms, Trojans cannot reproduce on their own. Ransomware. Ransomware is the name given to malicious programs designed to extort money from their victims by blocking computer access or encrypting data stored on them. If you refuse to pay, the data will be deleted. Some ransomware variants completely lack access to your computer. They can claim it was done by legitimate law enforcement agencies and say you were caught doing something bad. The FBI's Internet Crimes Complaint Center received complaints from users in June 2015 about $60 million in losses due to a widespread ransomware threat called CryptoWall. Spyware. Spyware is a program that monitors and collects user information for different purposes. Spyware programs usually run in the background. It tracks what you do on your computer. It collects data such as keystrokes, browsing habits, and even login information and then sends it to third parties, often cybercriminals. Many users mistakenly agree to install spyware by accepting the End User License Agreement (EULA) on certain free software.
Computer terms, Internet document. What is the Internet? The Internet is an electronic communication network that connects computer systems. It was formed by connecting thousands of academic and commercial networks with government and our personal user computers. URL Uniform Resource Locator, also known as Internet Address or Web Address, is a standardized naming format for addressing documents accessible over the Internet. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is the protocol used to transfer data over the web. This means that requests are initiated by the recipient, usually by the web browser. For example, it is a request for us to open a Google page. HTTPS is the secure version of HTTP. The only difference is that it transmits data by encrypting it. www, World Wide Web, can be translated as a worldwide network. We can say that the information field created by the URL and HTTP that we just mentioned. Gov means government. The Internet domain is abbreviated as Go, specifies websites used by the government.
EDU means education, is a domain name for organizations focused on education. ORG means organization. It's mainly used for organizations, but non-profits constitute the majority. Com, derived from the word commercial, means commercial and was created mainly for use by commercial institutions. NET, network is derived from the word network, originally developed for companies involved in network technology. NET is one of the most popular domain names that companies around the world use to start their business online. INFO, acronym for information, means knowledge. The website with this extension shows that it contains information about the concept, an idea, a place, or a business.
What are file extensions? File extensions are names that indicate the purpose for which applications on the computer system run. There are various file extensions. They all serve different purposes. Audio file extensions. MP3. It has been developed by the Fraunhofer Institute. This institute is Europe's largest applied science research and development organization. An MP3 file is an audio file that uses a compression algorithm to reduce the overall size. VAY. It is derived from the English word wave. It means dalga in Turkish. It is a non-compression audio file format developed by IBM and Microsoft for playing audio recordings. FLAC, Free Lossless Audio Compression. It means ücretsiz kayıpsız ses sıkıştırma in Turkish. This is because it is an audio file compressed to a smaller size than the original. This compression is lossless, meaning it does not lose any quality of the sound during the size reduction. VMA, Windows Media Audio, is a compressed audio file format developed by Microsoft. It was designed to replace the popular MP3 format, but it did not achieve its purpose. Video file extensions. MP4, also known as MPEG-4, Part 14. It was developed by the International Organization for Standardization, ISO. It is a media format commonly used to store video and audio. MPEG stands for Moving Picture Experts Group. This group also sets standards such as ISO. AYI. It is a widely used file format developed by Microsoft in 1992 to store both video and audio data in a single file. FLY. It is a media format developed by Adobe for storing and serving synchronized audio and video streams over the internet. Archive file extensions. RAR. It got its name from its surname of its producer, Eugene Rosal. It is a file compression and archiving format. ZIP, zip. Its name is derived from the word zipping. It's an archive file format that supports lossless data compression. Image file extensions. JPEG. It means Joint Photographic Experts Group. It is a standard image format that contains lossy and compressed image data. PNG. It means Portable Network Graphics. It is a storage format used to store images by lossless compression. They are ideal for flat images, logos, icons, and others. GIF. It means Graphics Interchange Format. It is an image format that supports both moving and static images. Text file extensions. TXT. It is the abbreviation of the English word text, which is yazı in Turkish. It is a file extension used by various text editors. PDF. It means Portable Document Format. It is mainly used when you need to save files that cannot be formatted but still need to be easily shared and printed. There are many programs that can read these files. DOC, a document file format used by Microsoft Word, and it also runs with most of the word processing softwares. PPT. It is an abbreviation of the letters PowerPoint. It is a file extension used by Microsoft PowerPoint for office and educational slideshows. XLSX. These files are used in Microsoft Excel, a spreadsheet application that uses tables to organize, analyze, and store data.